all of us to continue in that spirit. Without much ado, let me invite my minister, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, who also is the outgoing chair of COM, to make his remarks and carry on with the rest of the program. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes in.
Thank you very much, PS. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. On behalf of the government and the people of the Republic of Kenya, I extend to you a warm welcome to Nairobi. It's a great honor and privilege to welcome you all to this 11th meeting. We commend your unwavering commitment to advancing regional peace and security through Recsa framework. This meeting holds a special significance as it follows the commemoration of the 20 years since the establishment of Recsa, an event graced by His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto. The government of Kenya is indeed proud to host both this historic commemoration and the Recsa Secretariat. Our theme for this anniversary, which is 2 decades of action, which is Recsa 22 decades of action on small arms and light weapons, lessons, challenges, and the road ahead, invites us to reflect on our collective journey over the past 20 years. We have made strides in combating the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, yet we are reminded that our work is far from over. The persistence of illicit arms and their devastating impact on our communities underscores the urgency of our mission. As we gather today, let us draw inspiration from our past achievements and renew our commitment to principles that unite us. I am deeply grateful for the presence and dedication of each member state represented here as we work together towards peaceful, stable, and secure nation and region. Since assuming the chairmanship of this council, my office has actively engaged the member states to strengthen collaboration in pursuit of the Recsa's important role in small arms control in the region. Over the past months, my office has undertaken high-level visits to 4 countries: the Central African Republic, Djibouti, Uganda, and Tanzania. These visits were purposefully aimed at strengthening collaboration on the ratification and implementation of the Nairobi Protocol, advocating for financial contribution to Recsa, and preparing for this very meeting. In each country, my delegation met with senior officials, ministers for interior, security, foreign affairs, and chiefs of police to discuss the implementation of Nairobi Protocol and the recommendation from our 15th Technical Advisory Committee meeting. These engagements have borne fruit: renewed pledges to ratify the protocol, commitment to settle outstanding contributions, and a shared recognition of the need for a unified action. Yet, our work is far from over, and this council should seize this opportunity to build on these gains. Excellencies, we are meeting at a time when conflict persists in several parts of our region, too often exacerbated by the availability of illicit firearms in the hands of non-state actors. These weapons continue to undermine peace initiatives, escalate intercommunal violence, and destabilize borders. One of the most acute illustrations of this is the ongoing menace of cattle rustling along our shared borders. Armed groups exploit porous boundaries and weak controls to traffic weapons that fuel cycles of violence. Our continent also continues to confront a complex and evolving array of security threats. These include terrorism, the proliferation of small arms and light weapons, cybercrime, human trafficking, and other forms of transnational organized crime. These challenges are not confined by borders. They demand a coordinated, multinational and multilateral response anchored in both regional solidarity and global cooperation. Institutions such as Interpol play a critical role in fostering this collective security architecture. Kenya remains steadfast and dependable partner in the pursuit of regional and international security. We continue to play an active role in initiatives spearheaded by RECSA, the Eastern Africa Police Chiefs Cooperation Organization, EAPCCO, and the Africa Union Peace and Security Architecture. As one of the founders, Kenya's contribution to RECSA has been multifaceted. We have hosted high-level meetings, supported regional policy harmonization initiatives, and advocated for alignment with global arms control instruments. Kenya has also instituted legislative and institutional reforms as part of its commitment to RECSA. We have also revised our Firearms Act and related legislation to align with RECSA's model laws and the Nairobi Protocol, among other reforms. The National Focal Point on Small Arms and Light Weapons, hosted under the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, continues to play a key role in implementing RECSA's programs. Through support from RECSA, Kenya has marked over 80,000 state-owned firearms, improving accountability and traceability. It was among the first countries in the region to digitize firearm records in line with RECSA's best practices. We have destroyed tens of thousands of illegal and surplus firearms in public ceremonies, reinforcing transparency and commitment to disarmament. Additionally, Kenya has hosted multiple RECSA-supported training sessions on stockpile management, community policing, gender and small arms and light weapons, and forensic ballistics, benefiting regional security personnel, implementing several RECSA-supported initiatives in border countries like Turkana, West Pokot, and Marsabit, encouraging voluntary arms surrender and supporting peaceful disarmament among pastoralist communities. Our law enforcement institutions, particularly the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, have demonstrated leadership in areas such as joint regional operations, forensic and investigative innovation, and institutional capacity building, consistently aligning our practices with international policing reforms and norms and standards. Let us be clear, this is not a challenge anymore one country can solve alone. It demands cross-border cooperation, timely intelligence, sharing, harmonized laws, and political will. It calls for the member states to move from commitment to action. As we discuss our agenda today, I urge the Council to prioritize practical strategies to disrupt illicit arms flow. We must reinforce our border controls, invest in disarmament and stockpile management, and support local communities in transition away from armed conflict. At the same time, we must confront an uncomfortable reality. Our continued over-reliance on donor funding is unsustainable. While we value the support of our international partners, the responsibility for securing our region rests heavily on us. Over-reliance on donor funding is neither sustainable nor sufficient to meet the scale of these challenges. I urge member states to capitalize on national budgets to finance small arms control, demonstrating ownership of our peace and security agenda. It's not only a matter of regional security, it is indeed a matter of sovereignty and long-term resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nairobi Protocol remains our central instrument in this fight. Full implementation, including ratification by those member states yet to do so, is extremely essential. We must also embrace the review of the agreement establishing RECSA and sustainable financing mechanisms, cognizant of the emerging threats and the need to address them. We have seen encouraging signs of the best practices, countries integrating arms control into broader peace and security frameworks, advancing national legislation, and improving transparency in arms management. These examples should not remain isolated. Let us learn from one another and raise our regional standards together. It is with this context that the government of Kenya has presented the candidate of Mr. Mohamed Amin, EBS, the Director of Criminal Investigations, for election to the Interpol Executive Committee representing Africa region during the upcoming Interpol General Assembly. Mr. Amin brings with him over 3 decades of distinguished service in law enforcement, marked by strategic leadership in criminal investigation, regional security coordination, and cross-border intelligence cooperation. Kenya's candidature is founded on solid and credible foundation, a demonstrable track record in operationalizing policing, crime prevention, and intelligence sharing, strong integration and active participation in both regional and international policing mechanisms, an unwavering commitment to advancing Africa's security interests within the global framework of Interpol. Today, Kenya respectfully solicits the support and endorsement of the Recsa member states for Mr. Mohamed Amin's candidature. We are confident that Amin's election would reflect Africa's shared aspirations for strengthened representation and influence in the global security governance. Kenya's win will facilitate closer collaboration between Interpol and Recsa, especially on issues such as arms control, organized crime, and counterterrorism, and advocate for equitable resource allocation and the enhancement of Africa's operational capabilities in fight against the transnational threats. As I alluded to earlier, no country can afford to work in isolation against a threat that knows no borders. A win for Kenya will therefore be a win for the region. Please, we are requesting for your vote. All this English is meant to say, please support us and let's work together as Recsa to make sure that we support each other and bring this Interpol leadership closer to our region so that we can work together to facilitate even greater partnership and resource mobilization. Last, let us carry the spirit of this 20th anniversary into our future endeavors. The road ahead may be challenging, but with unity, determination, and a shared vision, we can overcome the obstacle before us. Let us reaffirm our collective duty to protect our communities, preserve peace, and promote a future where our region is not defined by violence, but with cooperation, prosperity, and unity. Thank you. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
A round of applause to the Cabinet Secretary.
It is now my humble duty to hand over. It's very bad to become former, but I'm about to become former. So you saw I read a long speech. At least I will be remembered that I read a speech. The reason being that...
Your Excellency, if you may allow, we will ask you to move forward.
Yes.
There is a ceremony here.
Yes.
Where tools of power
will be
handed over to the next chair.
I'm just about to become what we call in law functus official. So that's why I was delaying here, because I'm still the chair. Now it is my humbler duty and responsibility to hand over the leadership of Recsa to our sister country, Rwanda. Let me move forward to do so.
Yes, sir. Stand on this side, while the outgoing chair would be on this side, and then do your work. Those are tools of power of Recsa, made of Recsa flag, Recsa policy documents, which are Nairobi Declaration, the Nairobi Protocol, the revised agreement establishing Recsa, and the host agreement, together with the core resolutions.
Thank you, sir.
The flag is handed over now to, that is the Recsa flag. Yeah, now moving to, though it remains in Kenya, the Secretariat. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. For now, Rwanda takes over officially the chairmanship of the Regional Center on 11th Recsa. Now, those are documents, policy documents governing Recsa mandate. It is the Nairobi Declaration, Nairobi Protocol, and agreement establishing Recsa, together with host agreement. Thank you so much, Your Excellencies, for facilitating this, and immediately the incoming will deliver acceptance speech for the new chairmanship of Recsa.
Your Excellency, Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration of the Republic of Kenya, our host and outgoing chair, honorable members of the Council of Ministers, TAC members, Executive Secretary of Recsa, small arms and light weapons government experts, Recsa staff, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, allow me to thank the people and the government of Kenya for having successfully organized this Recsa Council of Ministers meeting and the warm welcome and hospitality accorded to our delegations since our arrival here in Nairobi. On behalf of the government of Rwanda, I humbly accept the chairmanship of the Regional Center on Small Arms Council of Ministers. This is the second time the Republic of Rwanda is taking up this responsibility, and we are fully aware of the obligations that come with this position. I would like to extend my appreciation to the outgoing chair and fellow members of the Council of Ministers for their exceptional dedication and tireless efforts in advancing Recsa's vision and mission. Under their guidance, Recsa has made remarkable strides in the fight against the illicit proliferation of small arms and light weapons, promoting peace, security, and stability within our region. I acknowledge and commend the hard work and unwavering dedication of the Recsa Secretariat under the leadership of the Executive Secretary, Mr. Jean-Pierre Betingi, for the relentless efforts to achieve the objectives of our organization. Cabinet Secretary, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, we take up this position noting that a lot of things have changed since the last time we were chair of the Council of Ministers in 2011-2012. There are new emerging trends and threats in the world, including new technologies, climate change, among others, that have consequently affected the small arms and light weapons control landscape. This means that we have to adjust our approach of how we handle the small arms and light weapons control interventions in order to be successful. As the incoming chair, Rwanda reaffirms its commitment to strengthening Recsa's role as a catalyst for regional cooperation and collaboration in addressing small arms and light weapons challenges. I wish to assure our full support to the Secretariat to ensure that it has the necessary resources to carry out its mandate effectively. Excellencies, honorable ministers, much as we need the support and cooperation from development partners, the responsibility of management of small arms and light weapons and curbing their illicit proliferation for sustainable peace and security cannot be outsourced. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in previous Council of Ministers meetings, a good number of resolutions were taken. and they need to be implemented. During our chairmanship, we work closely with Recsa Secretariat and all of you in order to get those resolutions implemented. As I conclude, I would like to reaffirm Rwanda's commitment to the noble cause of Recsa and our belief that with cooperation and collaboration of all member states, Recsa will significantly contribute to the efforts to achieve peace and sustainable development on our continent. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, the new chair of the Council of Ministers of Recsa, Honorable Dr. Vincent Biruta, for the acceptance speech and the commitment by the Republic of Rwanda. The next item on the agenda is Recsa Executive Secretary, who is going to hand over some appreciation gift to the outgoing committee, chaired by the, of course, outgoing chairperson, Honorable C.S. Murkomen, the outgoing chairperson of TAC, Dr. Raymond Moro. The gift also will be given to IGP for his continuous contribution and support to Recsa, and yeah, the outgoing chairperson of the committee, the Forum of Experts, Madam Jacinta. So, Secretariat, kindly bring the gifts to EAS to hand over them to the recipients. So, number one is a